Mrs. Abhi.
सुगंधी जी
Yeah.
नमस्कार जी and
हेलो नमस्कार।
thank you for joining us and giving opportunity to our associates to learn more about Dubai, to learn more about Azizi and the projects. तो धन्यवाद. Dubai, in 2005 and 6 अमेरिका का रियल एस्टेट मार्केट was going crazy. Dubai का market was going crazy. And first time I visited Dubai was in around 2006 में. And almost started my company there at that time. But then, in 7, 8, 9 थोड़ा मार्केट का असर पड़ा था. यूएस में ग्लोबली पड़ा था मार्केट को असर. ये रियल एस्टेट में 15, 20, 25, 30 साल में एक बार आता है. एंड तो वी हैव टू एज अ रियल एस्टेट प्रोफेशनल्स वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट इट कि ये होने वाला है. पर दुबई इज डिफरेंट एंड आई टेल यू व्हाई दुबई इज डिफरेंट. जो मेरा जो अभी सुगंधी जी बताएंगे, आशुतोष आपको बताएगा व्हाई दुबई, पर मेरे जो मगज में है, आई थिंक इट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द टॉप. टॉप से जो शेख है उन्होंने डिसाइड किया है कि दुबई का वर्ल्ड में नॉट ओनली काफी चीजें बिगेस्ट की है उन्होंने. बिगेस्ट दिस. चलो वो रियल एस्टेट है, सब कुछ है. लेकिन एक गोल फोकस किया है कि उनको सेफ कंट्री भी बनाना है, सेफेस्ट कंट्री दुनिया में. फिर उनको बनाना है कि दे अभी तो लेटेस्ट गोल्डन वीजा, अदर वीजास, they are doing so much to attract ग्लोबल कम्युनिटी. एंड इंडिया ने बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले किया है दुबई में. आई वुड से हाईएस्ट पोजीशन में इंडिया से लोग हैं, लोएस्ट पोजीशन में इंडिया से लोग हैं, इन बिटवीन इंडिया से लोग हैं. रेस्टोरेंट्स देख लो और कुछ भी बिजनेस देख लो वहां पे दुबई में है. एंड दुबई, इंडिया इज वन ऑफ द टॉप कंट्रीज. आई थिंक परसेंटेज देखने इधर 5-6 कंट्रीज हैं. सऊदी है, चाइना है, दुबई, इंडिया है, and then Europe में Britain है. There are a couple other countries you can do a Google search. But India is one of the top investment country, दुबई में. अभी अभी मैं यूएस में, मैं लैंड बिजनेस करता हूँ यूएस में फॉर 25 years. एंड आप लोग ने, सब लोग ने मुझे सुना हुआ होगा, पहले आप इंट्रोडक्शन मीटिंग में आए होंगे, तो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू गो इन डिटेल अबाउट माई सेल्फ. तो अभी एक क्लाइंट को मिला था, डिनर लिया था अभी 4 दिन पहले. एंड दिस क्लाइंट लैंड 3-4 साल पहले भी मिला था, लैंड इन्वेस्टमेंट में नहीं. पर जब मैंने दुबई का बताया कि मैंने कंपनी इंडिया में स्टार्ट की है, कि हम लोग दुबई का करते हैं, इमीडिएटली से मैं सोच रहा हूँ काफी टाइम से, मेरे को दुबई में लेना है, मेरे को गोल्डन वीजा लेना है, मेरे को इन्वेस्ट करना है, सो एंड सो. अभी यूएस में मैंने मार्केटिंग स्टार्ट भी नहीं किया है, विच इज माई फोकस एंड गोल. हमको करना है. एंड सुगंधी जी, if we are going to do events, one here, one there, next year 12, 10, 8, 10 इवेंट करनी है अलग अलग सिटीज में, अलग अलग डेवलपर्स से. बट वी वुड लव टू. अजीजी के साथ मैंने पहली इवेंट अहमदाबाद में की थी आज से 4-5 साल पहले. एंड छोटी सी, वेरी स्मॉल इवेंट की थी मैंने. एंड सो और फाइनली मैं दुबई के बारे में एक बात बताऊंगा. हम लोग क्यों हैं यहाँ पे, आप क्यों आते हैं इंट्रोडक्शन मीटिंग में, दुबई मीटिंग में, क्यों? इट्स बेसिकली बॉटम लाइन, पैसा. ओके, वी आर नॉट डूइंग चैरिटी. हम लोग इंडिया में भी बिजनेस कर सकते हैं, श्योर, कहीं भी कर सकते हैं. लेकिन दुबई में एक तो मैंने बताया आपको कि इंडिया से काफी इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है. लेकिन दूसरी बात है पैसा. इट इज अमेजिंग. और जो बिल्डर्स हैं वहां पे, डेवलपर्स हैं, विद अजीजी और सब, उनके रूल्स रेगुलेशन इतने स्ट्रांग है ना गवर्नमेंट के, दे कैन नॉट मेस अप. दे कैन नॉट मेस अप विद पब्लिक मनी, इन्वेस्टर मनी. तो एक तो सेफ है इन्वेस्टमेंट. फिर रेंटल, मैं इंडिया में रेंटल देखता हूँ, 1-2 करोड़ का मकान का रेंट आता है 10-20 हजार रुपया, 25 हजार रुपया, नो रिटर्न्स. यूएस में, दुबई में ऑपोजिट है. एंड देन सुनिधि विल टेल यू व्हाट द रेंटल्स आर, आशुतोष विल टेल यू व्हाट द रेंटल्स आर. तो कमीशन, अभी एक एक एग्जांपल देता हूं आपको, कि अभी रिसेंटली हमारे बस आज ही फाइनल, वो पैसा का मैंने अभी पूछा कि हमारा पैसा कब आने वाला है. एक डील में सी वी आर गेटिंग 32 लाख रुपीस. 6 करोड़ की डील है, 6 से समथिंग, 6 पॉइंट समथिंग करोड़. एंड ये हमको वॉक इन एक्सपो किया था, वॉक इन क्लाइंट था. एंड उसको भी एक और देखना है. तो सपोज 32 लैक्स, आपको हमारे साथ एसोसिएट होते हुए यू गेट 50% ऑफ दैट कमीशन. सपोज साल में आप एक डील ऐसी करते हो, ओके. और सपोज फॉरगेट अबाउट 6 करोड़ की, 2 करोड़ की डील करते हो, स्टिल 10 लाख रुपया, स्टिल आपको 5 लाख रुपया मिलता है. तो ये जो पैसा है ना, बहुत बढ़िया है. नाउ, इज इट गुड कम इजी? नो, ऑफ कोर्स नॉट. एक क्लाइंट को आपको क्लोज करते 6 महीने भी लग सकते हैं. पर एक बार, और दूसरा, एक अगर कोई, ये जो हमारा क्लाइंट है वो इन्वेस्टर है, अगर आपको कोई इन्वेस्टर मिल गया ना, आपका बेड़ा पार हो गया. बिकॉज वो बाय एंड सेल करते हैं. वो लोग एक प्रॉपर्टी में पैसे कमा के बैठ नहीं जाते हैं. आप इनसे, सुनिधि से पूछ सकती है, फ्लोर पाए करते हैं. ऐसा कोई क्लाइंट मिल के, मेरा एक क्लाइंट के साथ बात चल रही है, दे टॉकिंग अबाउट अ फ्लोर. फ्लोर में आई डोंट नो कितने आते हैं, मुझे भी मालूम नहीं है. तो इट इज एन अमेजिंग अमेजिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी. हम दुबई में ऑफिस कर रहे हैं, सदफ खान है जो, मैं अभी बस, वी आर जस्ट स्टार्टिंग द प्रोसेस टू हैव ऑफिस. हमारा खुद का बिजनेस होगा, डोडानी ग्रुप रियल एस्टेट, बेस्ड इन दुबई. तो आपका टोटल सपोर्ट होगा. आपको अब जब भी अगर वैकेशन करना हो, तो अपनी फैमिली के साथ दुबई एक बार घूम के आओ. सुनिधि जी से मिलो, किसी और डेवलपर से मिलो, जाके देख के आओ. देन यू विल रियलाइज कि आपका क्या, कौन सी अपॉर्चुनिटी है. तो मैं ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा आपका. एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच. इट इज वंडरफुल टू नो यू ऑल. एंड आशुतोष एंड सुनिधि, दे विल टेक केयर ऑफ यू. बहुत ही बढ़िया अपॉर्चुनिटी है. थैंक यू, अप्रिशिएट. चलो जी, थैंक यू.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jawahar, sir.
थैंक
And
यू.
you're absolutely right about Dubai and everything here. Um, and all the points that you gave were pretty accurate. It's something जो मैं already discuss करने वाली थी. You've given a, revision of that. So it's
नहीं,
great.
थैंक यू. नो, इट्स एंड ये देखो सुगंध जी, दे आर बिजी दुबई में, फिर भी हमारे साथ है. ओके. यू हैव
Yeah,
टू अंडरस्टैंड कि सपोर्ट इतना बढ़िया मिलेगा ना आपको. कोई, देयर आर 4 or 5 बिग डेवलपर्स वी वर्क विद, एंड वन ऑफ देम इज अजीजी. बिकॉज वी वांट टू मेक श्योर कि नॉट ओनली रूल्स रेगुलेशन सब अच्छे हैं, लेकिन उनकी सर्विस कैसी है. वो लोग एक बार क्लाइंट देते हैं, कैसे करते हैं. तो आई रियली अप्रिशिएट सुगंध जी. एंड वी विल टॉक अबाउट इट, जो हमको साउथ में करना है. आशुतोष विल टॉक टू यू अबाउट दैट. एंड वी विल कनेक्ट. थैंक यू वेरी मच अगेन. सी यू.
of course, of course. Thank you.
थैंक यू.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. So, guys, I think everything is good to go now. So, Sugandhi, now you can start this presentation. So, I'll tell you how
Yeah,
we're going to, yeah, yeah. What we'll do, we'll tell about Dubai first. We'll tell about Azizi. We'll talk about the opportunity that we have in Dubai South, what the future development is going on over there, and how investors are making money out of it. And जो प्राइस पॉइंट है हमारा सेकंड वहाँ पे, इट इज वन ऑफ द चीपेस्ट प्राइस पॉइंट. जो उस प्राइस पॉइंट के अंदर, किस कम्युनिटी के अंदर हमको क्या चीज़ें मिल रही हैं वहाँ पे, सो उसके बारे में थोड़ा अच्छे से आप बताइए जहाँ पे. बिकॉज आई टेल यू, जितने भी लोग आज हमारे साथ हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ देम दे डोंट नो अबाउट दुबई, सम ऑफ देम नोज अबाउट दुबई, एंड एवरीबडी इज हैविंग अ गुड नेटवर्क. सो दे गाइस शुड नो कि कैसे कम्युनिकेशन स्टार्ट करना है, लोगों को क्या चीज़ें अट्रैक्ट करती हैं व्हेन इट कम्स टू दुबई. यू आर फ्रॉम अजीजी, सो यू नो हाउ टू प्रमोट अजीजी, व्हाट आर द एडवांटेजेस, व्हाट आर द प्रोज एंड व्हाट आर द कॉन्स, जो इन्वेस्टर पूछ सकता है जो फर्स्ट टाइम इन्वेस्ट करने वाले दुबई के अंदर. सो आई जस्ट वांट यू टू इस तरीके से बताएं, सो दैट एवरीबडी विल गेट टू नो दुबई एंड आसान भाषा में उनको थोड़ा सा क्लिक कर जाए. ओके. सो या,
right.
या, ऑलराइट.
Okay, thank you, Ashutosh. Hello, everyone. Again, I'm Sugandhi Gupta. I am a senior relationship manager in Azizi, and it's really nice to be joined with Dodani Group. This is my first time, I think, meeting all of you, and it's a pleasure. Of course, I will go into detail with how Dubai is because I know that most of you are new to this. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen if you give me a minute. Right. So is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, of course, there's a lot of good points that Mr. Jawahar already said about Dubai in general. Like, since it's a very new market and it's very different from India, you need to understand why someone would want to, of course, invest in Dubai. If most of you have done a little bit research about Dubai, you would know that there are a lot of advantages being here apart from just having a property that appreciates. You know, it is a place where a lot of millionaires, a lot of billionaires are. It's a place with a lot of ambitious people. So living here, having something, like a property or something permanent here, makes you rub shoulders with the right people as well. So you really need to understand the mindset of, why someone would want to invest. If you're someone that, okay, once you understand the product, once you understand how Dubai is in general, you would know how you can, pitch this to your clients or pitch this to someone in like Mr. Jawahar said he would be promoting to US to the US clients because I deal with quite a lot of US clients and he's absolutely right about, a few things in Dubai. And I will go into detail with all of it. But of course, Dubai is one of the fastest growing cities in the world. I could say one of the top cities in the world with this sort of infrastructure and technology and safety and security and no tax. I mean, these are the things that attracts not only every sort of investor, but a lot of population as well. UAE in general is very different from other countries. I will, keep India as an example because this is something that we would be familiar with. So in Dubai, if you come and if you have a job, each country has a certain amount of taxes. Dubai is completely tax free. So any of the income that you make, you keep 100% of that, which is one of the biggest advantages. There is no property tax in Dubai. So if you buy a property, you're not paying any taxes on it. You're not paying any taxes on anything related with your property, which makes it another very good investment. Dubai has a very, very stable economy because the dirham is pegged to the dollar. So as the dollar goes up, the dirham goes up as well. It's ever changing. It's only a 50 years old, city. So there's quite a lot of new things to come that we will discuss, like the new international airport, the new Palm Jebel Ali. There's a lot of exciting things. And one of the things about Dubai is it's, the way that our sheikh planned the next 50 years. So you would see that some countries plan the next year or the next 5 years. Dubai has the next 50 years planned out, and there are economic agendas that the government has come up with, and everything goes according to that. It's not one of those cities or countries that say, okay, this is going to happen and it doesn't. So that is the sort of, a surety that you have in a place like this. And this is something that most of, the investors understand. Also, another big misconception, when you're not let's say aware about a market, you might think, okay, Dubai is very expensive, it's very flashy. Of course, there's a lot of people with a lot of money here. Most of businessmen, most of working professionals come here for the tax reasons and the safety security. It's one of the safest cities in the world, of course. So these things amount to Dubai being a very safe and good investment. And on top of that, when you have a great government backing it, of course, it's a sure investment for the next 50 to 60 years, you know. So, this is the map of Dubai, as you can see. I want to tell you a little bit, how Dubai started. So, back in the day, if I zoom in here, if any of you have ever been to Dubai, this is the Dubai International Airport, and this is where you would have come to the city through. The reason this airport is here is because this canal that you can see. So, this used to be the trade route back in the day. So we're talking about 50 years ago when Dubai was like just a desert. It's very fascinating to see if you guys want to do your research about Dubai and see how it was 50 years ago. It was completely a desert. The way that, this city has built itself is incredible. So this used to be the trade route back in the day, and this is why the current airport is here. This is one of the first areas in Dubai. This is Karama and Deira, and this is why this became the center. This is Sheikh Zayed Road. If I show it to you this way, yeah, you can see that this is Sheikh Zayed Road, and this is one of the most important roads in Dubai because it sort of connects you to all the places, all the main places in Dubai. So this is where the center became. This is where your Burj Khalifa is. If I can show it to you here. So this used to be the center. Now, what's happening is as we are increasing our population every year, this year we hit a 4 million population. And by the way, by 2030, the government plans on increasing the population from 4 million to 8 million. So you can imagine double the amount of people. So every year there's quite a lot of people coming. So what's happening is the center is getting quite crowded. So the government wants to shift all these people towards the south. So if you know Dubai, you would know about Palm Jumeirah. These are one of the main areas. This is a man-made island, of course. One of the reasons Dubai came up with man-made islands was to increase their shoreline. So as you can see that Dubai is not a very like let's say large city. So anything with a sea view, the shoreline is like very limited. So, in order to increase their shoreline, they came up with the concept of these man-made islands. And after the success of Palm Jumeirah, now they're building Palm Jebel Ali, which is twice the size. So, why this area is exciting and why Azizi Venice is one of the best investments. It starts from here. So, like I said, this used to be the trade route. Now, this, as you can see, is a Jebel Ali port. So, this whole area is called Jebel Ali, and this is a Jebel Ali port. And now, the new airport would be moving towards here, which is Dubai South. Now, if you compare it to like Delhi, Mumbai, or all these other cities, you would see that, the south part is always a little bit posh, Delhi South, Mumbai South. So the similar thing is happening in Dubai as well, which is building Dubai South, which will be, quite a fantastic place by 2030. One of the biggest reasons being the airport that you can see here to reduce the traffic and to reduce this this area of Dubai getting too crowded. We're moving towards the south, and this is Al Maktoum Airport, which is going to be a new airport in Dubai, and it is the world's biggest airport. So the current biggest airport, if I tell you in comparison, is in JFK, and this is going to be twice the size. Just if I show you the size of this airport, if you compare it to this airport, you can see how big it is. It comes between these two roads, and this entirely is going to be the world's biggest airport. Now, being the world's biggest airport, you can imagine, the amount of staff that would be needed to run this. Now, if you see in this area, Dubai South, you'll see that it doesn't have a lot of development right now. That is because this area, so another thing about Dubai, every plot in Dubai is already planned out for. So, for example, if the government decides to make something here, they already have a plan for it on how tall the building would be, what would come in front of it, what for what use you can make the building, either it's a mall or like a residential building, etc. So Dubai already has each plot planned out for the next 50 years. So the reason why this whole patch of land does not have a lot of development already, while you're seeing that Dubai is moving towards, the towards down already, is because this whole entire piece of land was for logistics only. Now, if I zoom in a little bit more, this area is quite important. If I show it to you a little bit zoomed out, I know you guys are new to Dubai, but this area right under Palm Jebel Ali is quite an important area. If I zoom in, you'll see that this is Jebel Ali industrial area, which means this is sort of like the Silicon Valley of Dubai because there are more than 10,000 companies here with more than 500 Fortune 500 companies. So anyone that does not have their own business or does not have, maybe a sales job like a real estate job like us, travels to Jebel Ali Free Zone to work. So that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of people towards the center. Of course, the government doesn't want that. They can't move Burj Khalifa. So, of course, in the future, they would be moving everyone from here towards the south. How are they going to do that? This is a map of the existing metro stations in Dubai and the future metro stations in Dubai. I will share this with you guys so that you can go through it. But if I tell you, these lines, as you can see, the red, the blue, the yellow are already there, but they're not as spread out as the ones below. So this is the complete plan. This is going to be completed by, we're suspecting, by 2030, which means that there will be a metro line extending until the new Palm, which is Palm Jebel Ali. So, one of the top things that an investor looks for when they're trying to invest in a place like Dubai is they'll have to see three things. They have to see if it is, easily reachable, which means that it has good metro connectivity. Since Dubai is a place, it's a desert, it has extreme weather, they would want, something that is towards the water on, or some sort of water view. So location is one of it. Of course, a water view is, would get you higher rental, so is popular with a lot of investors. And on top of that, it has to have something coming near it. So even if you see in a place like, let's say, India, how would you know that, the property price of a certain location will increase? If you see that, there's quite a lot of plans, like for example, let's say there's an airport in Delhi that was building. Um, any property that would be around the airport would, of course, very naturally appreciate in price because there are new things coming there. So these are one of the things that, really affect the pricing of, properties in Dubai. Why I'm telling you this is the areas that have already been developed have reached their saturation point, which means that they have reached the maximum amount of, appreciation that they can make. If clients are not willing to pay a higher and higher price for a property, then an area reaches sort of a saturation, like a point where it cannot go higher, and you get a certain amount of rent as well. So you have to see what is in store for the future of Dubai. What are the things that are coming? What are the things that will appreciate the price of your property at least for the next 10 years? So these are like sure things that, gives your investor an assurity that, okay, this area will appreciate and I will get a good return on my investment. So, of course, with Dubai South gaining traction, as you can see with Palm Jebel Ali. Now, in real estate, we joke that Palm Jebel Ali is where the billionaires go to escape the millionaires because this entire island without a brick on it is completely sold out. So there are really big mansions, and this is a very, secluded, sort of very exclusive island. It's very different from the Palm that we have already, which is, for the general public, I feel, and Palm Jebel Ali is going to be, the next sort of thing. So, right under that, we have the biggest airport in the world, and right next to it, there are only two communities. Now, you must be aware about Emaar. Emaar is a government-backed developer in Dubai. So, we have a Emaar community here called Emaar South, and right next to that, we have Azizi Venice right here. So, you can see that Azizi Venice, location wise, why I paid emphasis on the location is because your client is, in simple words, not going to care about, okay, what's in the project. Yes, there are a lot of good things in the project, but the main factor for them would be the airport. This airport will have more than a billion, and I say a billion passengers going every year. So you can imagine that if you have, an instrument right next to you that has a billion people going in and out every year, you wouldn't even have to consider the rest of Dubai for your rental, your Airbnb, your, holiday home, etc., returns. So this, as you can see here, this area is just an industrial city which will be moved later. Everything around it, you can see that there are no residences. So now you can imagine, of course, to run this airport as well, they would need at least 300 to 400,000 staff, on ground staff. For these staff, the nearest community to stay would be Azizi Venice. Why I'm saying Azizi Venice is Imar South, if I zoom in, you can see this is a villa and a mansion community. So, of course, not everyone will be able to afford living here. The nearest community would be Azizi Venice. According to a Knight Frank report, Dubai South will have more than a million residents by 2030. So 2030 will be when this Al Maktoum airport becomes operational to general public. It's already operational just for logistics. It's already built quite a lot, but this will finish by 2030. And our community, Azizi Venice, entirely will be finished by 2029. But we will be, of course, handing over the buildings that are completing in phases because we have two phases. We have almost sold out phase one. Now we are launching buildings for phase two. Now, if I tell you a little bit about the project Venice and what's in it, now you know about the location. Again, another very important thing that I had to mention as well. Sorry. Just a second. My laptop hung. Yeah. So another very important thing is the future metro will be going from Azizi Venice. So if I zoom in, you can see that there are almost three metro stations next to the project, which makes it a very, very good investment opportunity because there are less than 10% apartments buildings in Dubai that have a metro station right in front. And today I will be telling you about two projects that we have that has a metro station right in front. So as you can see, there's a metro station here, a metro station here, and one here. Of course, your anyone that is buying a house in Azizi Venice, the next station for them would be Al Maktoum Airport. So this gives it a fantastic location. And like I told you about Jebel Ali Free Zone and more than 10,000 companies here, even for them, the nearest community to stay would be Azizi Venice, or they would have to go to Al Furjan, which also has more than 25 of our projects in this area. So you're seeing that towards the south, we do have quite a lot of project as this is sort of the future of Dubai. There's very few places in the world where you can have this sort of entry point, you know, um, at a place where, the price will appreciate very insanely. If you see it at any airport, like anywhere in the world, the property prices next to an airport is going to increase crazy. And you can imagine with this airport, this is the world's biggest airport. So you can imagine the sort of, rental returns or appreciation that you're going to get with this. Now, if I tell you a little bit about the project, so this is a lagoon community. So Azizi, Venice, which was launched in 2023 end, you can say 2024, um, is a lagoon community. So it's one of the first lagoon communities in Dubai, which means, as you can see, this is the master plan of our project. Most of the project is a lagoon. So this is a crystal lagoon. This is almost drinkable water, but of course we don't recommend that. This is a 15 million square feet of land parcel. It is divided into two. Half of it is our mansions. We don't call them villas. Azizi, for your information, has never done villas or townhouses. So these are the only mansions that we have. The ones that you see in the corners are 45 million, and the ones that you see in the middle are 75 to 200 million. These are mega mansions. These start from 6 bed and they're all G plus 2. We had 104 of these villas and mansions, um, and we sold. Now we have only 20 of them left. So already your neighbors is people who bought these mansions for 45 million. Now this is divided by a 1 kilometer. This uh, structure that looks like a bird is a 1 kilometer climate controlled retail boulevard. Basically, it's going to be a mall. So this mall is what separates the apartments, and these are the apartments on the side. All of these apartments, all of them would have some sort of a water view or a lagoon view, either directly or partially, except for if your unit is at the back. So this golden dome, now for your information, there are two iconic structures that Azizi Developments is making in Dubai. One of them is this opera house in the middle. Now, this opera house is going to be the biggest opera house in Dubai. It will seat from 1,500 to 2,000 people. This is not only an opera house, this will seat this amount of people, and it is being built by one of the most renowned architects in Dubai called Zaha Hadid Architects. So they are building this, and this, if you see in size comparison, is compared to like a cluster of buildings alone. So this is going to be a really big cultural district. All your crypto conferences, to your concert, to weddings, big events, cultural events, everything will happen here. Right beside, on these two sides, there's going to be two five-star hotels, which will be Azizi branded. So, along with this iconic structure, we are also coming up with the second tallest tower in the world. I will get into it a little bit towards the end, which is called Burj Azizi, which was launched 6 months back. So, getting the title of Burj after Burj Khalifa, of course, is quite an honor, and it shows the trust that the government has in us as a developer. So this whole entire thing in the middle will be a cultural district, and here on the side is going to be a school and a hospital. So the school is from first to 12th grade and kindergarten, and there's going to be a hospital as well. And as you can see, this side we have a metro station right in front of the community. There's also going to be a cable car that takes you from the metro station to the cultural district. So you can imagine that anyone that and the airport is on the right side. So if you go by car, it's not even going to take you 5 minutes. If you drive fast, maybe 2 minutes, but don't do that. If you go by metro, it's just the next station. So you can imagine that this metro station is going to be very helpful for anyone that wants to rent a place here, anyone that wants to, sort of rent an Airbnb. Your clients can use it as an Airbnb or a holiday home for anyone that is at the airport. Now, of course, in so many billions of passengers that are going through the airport in Dubai, as of course you all would also be aware that Dubai is sort of where a lot of people take layovers. Sometimes they have layovers for a few days, or if they have to go from one country to the other. So it is in general one of the busiest airports in the world. So all anyone that would be investing here, which would be our investors, would get a very good rental return, because right next to the airport there is not a lot of communities that can house people. So as you can see, this is a complete lagoon community. It has a hospital, it has a mall, it has a cultural district in the middle, and a metro station, and a water view makes it one of the best investments in Dubai South. Now, if I show it to you, as you can see, this is Sheikh Zayed Road. It comes on Emirates Road. These are the three main roads in Dubai: Sheikh Zayed Road, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, and Emirates Road. So, this Emirates Road is where Azizi Venice is, and right next to it is Al Maktoum Airport. And this is your Palm Jebel Ali. So, it's right under Palm Jebel Ali and right next to the Al Maktoum Airport. You can imagine in the future the sort of returns this place would give you. If I show you a little bit more on how these apartments are going to look like. So each of these buildings have an infinity pool on top, and you have retail at the bottom. They have everything from a gym, sauna to a conference room, a kids play area, everything that you need in a building. And in the community in general, if you want to shop, fine dining, go to a restaurant, everything, you have the mall in front of the opera house. As you can see, you can kayak, you can swim in the lagoon, whatever you like. And in a place with extreme weather like Dubai, these are, sort of one of the best things. As you can see, this is the retail boulevard. So this is how the mall is going to look like. This is our opera house. Of course, there's going to be a museum inside. It's a very big theater, so all sort of events will happen here. Already, Dubai gets a lot of crowd in the center because of crypto events or forex events, food, everything. As you can see, this is how the apartments are. So as you can see, all of these apartments, any of your apartments that a client takes will have some sort of a water view. Of course, anything with a direct lagoon view is more expensive than anything with partial lagoon view. And of course, the cheapest ones would be at the back, as you can see. This is how the project looks like. This is how the cable car is going to go. This is how the lobbies are. So this is a brochure that you can take your client through, of course, towards the end. But it's very important to tell them about, this is the infinity pool on top, about the location and why they should invest in it. Now, if you were investing in a place like India, what is a minimum investment that you would have to make? Like, what is the least? If someone can, you know, tell me, or if you can just comment, because I need to know in what I'm comparing it to you. So anyone like Ashutosh or anyone, if you can tell me what is like a starting investment in 1.5 CR. Exactly. So 1.5 CR. Would you believe me if I said you can have a apartment, a studio apartment in this community for 1.5 CR, and you don't even have to pay that 1.5 CR at once. You pay that on a very easy interest-free payment plan of 40% during construction and 60% on handover. So 1.5 CR is roughly, I think, close to 655,000 dirhams. And that is what is the starting price for something like, let's say, a studio, a 340 square feet studio, which is facing the back. That is the starting point. And 750 for something that is facing the lagoon. In 1.5 CR, what is the sort of rental that you would get? You guys can tell me like how it is in India. 1 to 1.5, 3 to 4 CR. Okay, someone said 3 to 4 CR. Okay. Uh, 40 lakhs. Okay, that is great. 40 lakhs for rental in a let's say in a very nice community. Something that is that has a very good maintenance, very good management, right?
Minimum 1.5 to 2 CR, minimum 2 CR, minimum 2 CR.
Minimum 2 CR.
But you know what? In India, I'd never seen the waterfront communities like lagoons or you're getting amenities like what Dubai is offering.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah,
Uh,
if you're talking about the developers, the good developers in tier one cities, so yeah, there
yes,
is multiple option. But the amenities which Dubai is offering, they'll not get amenities like this. But yeah,
of
price
course.
point, it can go high. It can go high. But
It can
minimum
go much higher.
much higher.
You will not believe that, Dubai, most of the properties are cheaper than, what you would find in India.
Exactly.
Um, Of course, someone said 4 to 5 lakhs. I mean, if you get 40 lakhs, it's quite fantastic. But most cases, 40 lakhs is a very rare, ask. If you say, like, let's say in monthly for a 1.5 CR apartment, you would get, let's say, 25,000, 30,000, or 40,000 a month. Which,
Hmm.
if you do roughly in a year, how much would that be? It would be around 4.8 lakhs. Yeah. So 4.85 lakhs. Anything that you buy in Dubai, the minimum rent in Dubai is 50,000 dirhams a year, minimum for a studio. Studio is a entry point. That's something that the most amount of people take. 50,000 dirhams, which is 12 lakhs a year. Already getting 12 lakhs a year on your 1.5, CR investment sort of gives you a close to 10% ROI. Your maintenance for the whole year is going to be around 1.5 lakhs, and 11 lakhs would be in your pocket. No taxes, no property tax, no income tax. What you make in the chunk is what you keep. Now, the same thing if you do, let's say, in comparison to, of course, you want to take an apartment in India, you'd have to get a mortgage. What is the mortgage rate in India? I'm pretty sure, I think, in my opinion, it's around 8 to 10%, right? With these, if you take a off-plan property in Dubai, like let's say in Azizi, Venice, you only pay 40% during construction, which is one of the first handovers are going to come by 2026 December, which is next year, December. So you pay 40% during construction. So roughly, like let's say around 75 lakhs during construction. That too, you don't have to pay at once. And then on handover, you pay the rest of the 75 lakh that you also don't have to pay. What most investors do here is once it's at handover, they get a mortgage. The mortgage rates in Dubai are really, really good if you compare it to India or most places in the world. The mortgage rate, interest rate would be not more than 4.5 to 5%, which if you get in India would be 10%, 12%. I'm pretty sure it's very expensive. And on top of that, you pay taxes on your, income. You pay taxes on your property, and the rent returns is also not as great. In a place like Dubai, anything, even if you get something in a labor camp, will get you 12 lakh in rent every year, which makes Dubai one of the best investments. And this is one of the biggest reasons why most amount of Indians invest in Dubai. You can say that, Dubai is sort of built on Indian money. Most amount of our clients that buy on a daily are Indians. And you cannot imagine that everyone can, afford to buy in Dubai. It is a very big misconception that, it's very expensive. I mean, it is expensive, but Azizi, the way that we are positioned in the market, we have not sort of participated in increasing the prices very heavily. So if you see in the market, there's only us that give, the price point that we give. So that's why we know that even if there is a client that, like let's say has a budget of 1.5 CR only, we know that there is no other developer that can offer that sort of competitive price. So we know that customer is going to go around and come back to us itself. When you have that, sort of assurance, you already know that it's a sure deal. So this makes Azizi really, really easy to sell, and it is very, very popular with our clients as well. So, like I was saying, you pay only 75 lakhs, during construction. I'm giving an example for a studio. So, you give 75 lakhs during construction and 75 lakhs on handover. What you do is you mortgage that 75 lakhs. So through bank, you would pay like let's say for example, whatever tenure you decide, you'd be paying 25,000 to 30,000 for your installments, for your mortgage, and you would be getting 1 lakh as rent. So 70,000 is your profit. Not only are you making profit, whoever is renting your house is paying your mortgage back, and your property price from 1.5 CR from when you bought it has increased by the time it's handed over. And with the population and with the way that the Dubai government is going, with the double population and with the amount of people coming here, the demand is much higher. There's a reason that there's so much construction happening in Dubai all the time. The biggest reason is because there is a high demand. Currently, the Dubai government needs 70,000 houses to be completed and delivered every year in order to take care of the population that they have. Can anyone take guesses how many we are delivering each year? Like right now, you can write in the comments. In India, rental will be 3 to 4% hardly. Exactly. Rentals would be 12 lakh per annum premium projects. Yeah, exactly. But you would also have to pay a higher price. Here, you're investing, not only 1.5 is 1.3. If you do the actual, if you do 655 into 24, which is the rate for dirham to rupee, you will see that it's around 1.3 CR, in fact. 655, yeah. Oh no, it's 1.5 CR. It is 1.5 CR. Yeah. So 1.5 CR is a very good, price point. We also have, I mean, in Venice, we have 655, that is the minimum. But we do have projects with a 570 price, which is roughly, Yeah, one
At
point.
at Al Furjan, right? In Al Furjan, we have,
Alfurjan, in
yeah.
Alfurjan.
And that is
In
one of the,
Alfurjan,
yeah, and that I
yeah,
think is also one of the finest location,
it
just,
is one of the
yeah,
finest locations. Again,
very
it
nice.
comes in the same south part.
Yeah.
So, okay, 12 lakhs investment of 6 to 7 CR exactly. So that's quite a lot. So if you're comparing, these things, you would see not only do you not have to put your entire money, you get a really good, sort of payment plan, which is interest free. And then when you have to, pay the rest of the amount on handover, you can very easily mortgage it. By then, you will get, if you're investing anywhere above 750,000 dirhams, you will also get an investor visa, which would mean that you would have a visa for 2 years where you can bring in your family, your mom and dad, and your kids to Dubai. And you can, visit Dubai visa free for 2 years. Of course, there is also another thing called as a golden visa. For a golden visa, you would have to minimum invest 7 to 10 CR in order for you to get a golden visa of 10 years. So for 10 years, you will be able to come to Dubai, set up your business, stay here. It also includes your family. You can add your family in that. So these are amazing perks that honestly sound too good to be true, but these are true. And we do these on a daily and we sell maximum to Indian investors. The thing with Indian investors is they only know about India. So it is very important for you to, sort of educate them about Dubai and other places. Because let's be honest, guys, we know that India has a lot of money. And these investors, once you give them a plan, will very easily and very happily invest. They, in my opinion, what I've seen, most clients do not care about, okay, of course, the amenities are an added bonus and everything else is great. Of course, the price point matters the most in any decision. And there is no other developer in Dubai that does price like we do. So we are very, confident in our sales, and that's why, um, our projects have been selling, for the last at least 1 year, like throughout on each launch. Our price points are so good that, you know, we already have 60 to 70% of our inventory getting sold on the first day of the launch. We also come up with a lot of offers. We're also very flexible with payment plans, which makes Azizi a very, um, good developer to sell to your clients. Also, because it is at a very good price, it appreciates more. Since if you compare our prices to any of the other prices, you will be able to see that if the price is low, then you'll be able to climb much higher. Like for an example, if you buy something in India for 75 lakhs, like let's say 4 years ago, now it would of course be on a really, really good price. And that is what would give you real appreciation when you sell it, to the next buyer at a good price as well. So all these things, like for example, the airport coming, the water views, and all these amenities, of course, appreciates the price like insane. Anyone that is, that has traveled anywhere, of course, if you're in a new city, you would want to stay close to the airport. And if you have a community like this, which has water views, which has a hospital, mall, everything, you would just come and keep your things here. You would take the metro, go explore the city, come back, your luggage is here, and the airport is right next to you. So convenience is king. That makes Azizi Venice one of the best sort of investments to make. Of course, feel free to also pitch the mansions. As you can see, these are G+2, and they have their own private beach in front of it. All of these mansions have a private beach in front of it. If you do have a client, of course, you can work on it, but please keep in mind the price point is 45 million starting. There could be some investors interested, so of course they can explore opportunities here as well. Um, our commissions are 7% for anyone, wondering. So, like how I sort of forgot his name, but how he said that um, you sell one thing and then one property and you made 32 lakhs in commission. You sell something for 1.5 CR with Azizi, you get a easy close to 9, 10 lakhs in commission for each deal. And it's very, very easy to close these deals. That's why in every month, you will be able to close at least 5 to 6 of these once you get the hang of it. All you need to do is, most amount of the work will be done by, of course, me explaining the projects, explaining Dubai. I can go into detail, but to get them interested and for them to come to the meeting would be your job. And I know you can do it because I have, uh, gone into detail about how the buy is and how you can pitch the buy to your clients.
All right.
If you do your own
Yeah.
research as well, you would be able to sort of find out more and more points.
All right, Sugandhi. So, Sugandhi, I have a few questions. My first
Sure.
question, see, at which price point, because that is something that every investor want to know, at which price point they have launched this, community studio apartments at the cheapest price,
Yes,
and how much capital appreciation that they have got till now. I think for 3 years back down the line, that point of time, they have
yes,
launched the project. So that is something
yes,
investor get more attract towards this side, because everybody wants
yes,
capital appreciation. So that is something that every investor should know when you're starting your communication with your client, then that is something that from where you should start, in the initial stage. You should say about the project, this is the location, this is the price point, and see, investor will attract more when you say investors have made this much capital appreciation in past 3 years. So please,
right.
yeah, please tell us that. Yeah.
Of course, that is a great question because this is our second master community. Our first master community
Rivera.
was Azizi
Rivera.
Rivera. Yes. So this is our second master community. When we launched this at a price of almost 400,000 dirhams for studios. So you can imagine just within 2 years, it has increased by 250,000 dirhams. We do not have anything cheaper than 655 in this project. So you can imagine even like with nothing completed, it's still under construction, and we're still 1 year away from one of the first handovers. We've already appreciated 250,000 dirhams. If you go online and try to find listings for this, you will find a lot of listings from agencies. Those are just trying to advertise this project. And finding someone who's trying to resell their apartment is really tough also because these get sold really fast. Now, if someone, like for example, is selling at a 655 price and then someone is offering it to you for, let's say, 630, of course it would be taken up really quickly. So this is one of our fastest selling projects, and it is sort of our main project. After this, we launched another master community, but I'll get into that, another time. But this community, this is sort of our star project, and this is very, very easy to sell. So 250,000 dirhams in appreciation. So if I tell it to you in rupee, 400,000 almost was, almost close to a crore, and now we've reached 1.5 crore. So you've made a profit of close to 50 to 60 lakhs in the last almost close to 2 years. So that is a very attractive thing that you can tell to your client. And on top of that, now we are 1 year away from one of the first handovers. This community will complete by 2029 again, and Al Maktoum Airport will complete by 2030. So you can imagine this is Azizi Venice, Al Maktoum Airport. This will complete by 2030. This whole community will be 1 year, a year before this become open to public, will be ready. So you can imagine already, if I give you a bit more information, we have Emirates Airlines here that have already taken 2 buildings in this community for their staff. Similar to that, there are a lot of other, companies around that have looked into this community for their staff, especially the airline staff. All the staff that will run this airport as well, the nearest community for them to stay is Azizi Venice. Even if, like, let's say in the future, there is more development here, there are more projects that come about. This is the only community that will be ready the same time this airport is completed. So Azizi is very, very good with choosing locations. The locations of our projects are fantastic. You do not need to, really even tell the client about anything else. Just the location enough is, to sell them to the point. I mean, your first meeting alone, you will have the client very, very interested. Most of, my meetings, 95%, like let's say, of the meetings for Venice end up in closure. That's why this is the first project that I wanted to start with. Um, so now you can imagine that once this is completing and it will be close to handover. And again, another thing that is very popular in Dubai is close to handover. A lot of clients will come and say, close to handover, I want something that is ready, or close to handover. You will have a lot of your Indian clients initially that will ask, ready properties. So you can imagine that once this project is completely sold out and it's getting closer to the handover, the sort of appreciation that your investors will get. I have investors that have invested multiple units here. This is one of the best places to get bulk deals in, which is the last time I did around 10 apartments under one client, and then they had some references as well, and all of their investors, all of their connects also bought another 10, 15, 20 units. So this is a very good project to sell. Once you show the vision to your investors, they will really understand what's happening. And the minimum that you can sell here is, like I said, 1.5 CR. You're making 10 lakhs in commission on selling one apartment. Now you can imagine, if you sell 10 apartments at once, what sort of, commission you're going to get. So it's 7%, like I said, each project, 7%, one of the highest commissions that you can get in Dubai.
Dubai.
So not only are you selling a project that is very good and affordable, which has a fantastic payment plan, is one of the best locations, and on top of that has proof of such good appreciation and has one of the biggest factors for appreciation to come. I mean, there is no better project than this in Dubai South. Because we have, of course, Imar South. Sorry, I think someone was trying to speak in the middle.
No, 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 no. Continue,
Okay.
continue.
Anyway, so this is Imar South, but this is townhouses and villas, which of course not everyone will be able to afford. Now, another, if I give you another perspective, like I said, 4 million is the population right now. It will be 8 million. Now, in 8 million, of course, you can imagine not everyone can afford to live in a villa or like a mansion. There are a lot of clients that come to Dubai. Of course, anyone that has a budget of, like, let's say 5 CR, 6 CR, 7 CR, 8 CR, of course, how many options can you think they would have? They would have a lot of options. Of course, they would not only go with Azizi, they would go with a lot of other different developers. They would do their research. They will make a decision in the end. But anyone that has a starter point, like let's say I only have 1.5 CR, that is a starter investment in India. Of course, it's you can't believe that that's a starter investment in Dubai as well. Will only be able to afford Azizi, will only be able to afford, these apartments. So you need to make your client realize that the same amount of money, if they invest in Dubai versus the same amount of money if they invest in India. That is the first thing that you have to tell them. Then you have to explain to them about the project. That part is, of course, up to me, but if you feel confident, you can do that as well. Explain to them about the project and all the things that are coming around. So you can imagine that the price of this piece of land will keep appreciating. Also, this green thing above it is going to be a golf course. So you can imagine what sort of a premium location this is. An airport, golf course, a metro station in front. Also, another big thing, we have started something called as Etihad Rail. So, rail is a very new concept in UAE. If I can show you, this is Abu Dhabi, this is the capital. So, this Etihad Rail will connect all the Emirates together. So, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah, all these areas. So, currently, if you see, to go from Abu Dhabi to Dubai, it takes around 1.5 to close to 1 hour 45 minutes. Once Etihad Rail comes, it's going to connect Dubai to Abu Dhabi in 45 minutes. So there are a lot of course, people that work in Abu Dhabi, they travel to Dubai all the time. And guess where the rail line will go through? The rail line will go through this Emirates Road. This is where they would be building it. Of course, 100% there's not going to be a station, a rail station in front of our project, but 100% there will be a rail station in front of the biggest airport in the world. Now, this is again another big advantage for anyone that, you know, thinks of getting, like, let's say, a couple of studios here and making it into an Airbnb. You have your metro station that you can travel the whole Dubai for, and then just the next station at Al Maktoum Airport, you have Etihad Rail, and you can now travel to different Emirates, which is your Sharjah, your Al Quain. By the way, Dubai is also getting the first casino ever, which is in Al Marjan Island. So it is just an hour just from Sheikh Zayed Road. It's an hour drive away. So it will connect all these other Emirates. So anyone that's coming to explore Dubai will not just be bound to Dubai. They can go and explore Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah. There are a lot of beautiful places, and will be able to come back, still have a community that has everything in it. If they want to go and shop, if they want to go for entertainment, want to go watch a movie, um, or just swim in the lagoons. So these sort of amenities, this sort of location is very rare to find. The reason we have this plot of land was because we, locked this, I think at least close to 20 years back. That's what most developers do. They lock in a plot years and years ago. The projects that you see right now are the result of planning of years together, right? So that's what makes this one of the surest investments. Of course, I don't have to get into detail about, the safety of Dubai. You must have seen videos where someone puts a wallet on the floor, and then they just leave for an hour, or a very expensive bag, and they leave for hours, and once they come back, it's still there. So it has one of the lowest crime rates, in the world. I think it's non-existent. I have, in my time in Dubai, never seen any sort of crime, or never seen any sort of, apart from traffic, which is also something that Dubai is already working on. It is very futuristic. These are one of the, like, starter things that you can see visibly right now that are coming in Dubai. But trust me, this is, the future of the world, the sort of technology and the sort of things that Dubai is working on. You will never be able to get this sort of starter investment. Like, I am saying that the prices in Dubai right now are this low is it's sort of a miracle. And you can still invest in a city which is going to be one of the most insane economies in the world still now. But if you see anywhere else like Paris, London, Washington, D.C., all these main cities of the world, Delhi, Mumbai, any of these places, you can never have a starter investment, which means that, the best time, if I, for example, got you to Dubai and I put you in the desert, and if I said, okay, would you invest here? Of course, you would have said no, because it was completely desert, which was 50 years back. But of course, now knowing what you know, you would have 100% invested in this piece of desert anytime. So that sort of starter investment you can't get anywhere in the world, because all the cities are already built and already completely made. Dubai is building its biggest airport right now. And the best time to buy under construction properties is the next 4 years. Because after that, there will be a lot of apartments in the market as well. So then you can also, once these properties are completed, then the same client will take your help in reselling that. So it's not only business of you like selling an apartment right now, it's business for you for lifetime. And on top of that, the references that you're going to get for giving your clients such a good investment, and they will be able to see such, amazing returns from it, they will refer a lot of clients to you as well. So if I just show you the pricing of Azizi Venice. So this is, our sales force. I want to show you the prices. Okay. So this is the cheapest. Right now, we have different phases. Just a moment. There was a master plan that I had opened. I also want to show you guys. Yeah. So this is the master plan of Azizi Venice. As you can see, these are the mansions. All these apartments are numbered. So the phase one, if I tell you this entirely at the bottom is phase one, and this on top is phase two. This is the Opera House in the middle. Of course, the most popular properties here are the lagoon facing properties. Most of these buildings are already sold out, especially the lagoon views. And anything at the back, the road view and the side views are still available for your clients to take. Um, we also have a DLD waiver. So in Dubai, for properties, there are no taxes, there are no property, anything fees that you have to pay, but there is one fee that you pay, which is a 4% fee of Dubai Land Department that you pay to the Dubai government. So there is a land department that oversees each transaction. Every time any sale happens in Dubai, whether it is under construction property or if it is a ready property, anything, there is a fee of Dubai Land Department of 4% of the value of the apartment. So if it's a 1.5 CR apartment, it will be 4% of that. That is something that you have to pay every time. So for example, if your investor buys here and he resells the property later, that customer will also will have to pay 4% DLD to the government. It's not for the developer, it's for the government. So apart from that, we have, like, why I mentioned that is we have a 4% DLD waiver as an offer going on as a end of the year offer for our apartment. So in like, if this offer was not there, you would have to pay 4% more of the property price. So if you see, um 40,000, around like 10 lakhs you would have to pay for the land department fee. That 10 lakhs you would get as a fee waived off if you buy an apartment in Azizi Venice. Anything. Studio, one bed, two bed, three beds. This is applicable to all the apartments, all the buildings in phase one, but not applicable to buildings in phase two, which is these buildings. The most latest launch we've had is building 20A. Now, the buildings that you're seeing around the Opera House, none of them have been launched till now, and this is the first building that we have launched in next to the Opera House. And the Opera House is quite spectacular. There will be a lot of things. There'll be fireworks, there'll be fountains around it. So it will make for a really nice view. So of course, the prices of these apartments are going to be much higher for than the apartments that are here. But that price sheet and everything I will share with you. So, one of the most, I mean, something above a lagoon view is also a long lagoon view. So, as you can see, there are only three sort of buildings: building 16, building 15B, and building 13A and 13B, like this, that have like a long lagoon view. So, this is also something that is very preferred by the clients. It's something that they like because it sort of gives it a river sort of a look, and the sun rises from this side, so it will, shine the, Opera House very nice and golden, and you will see the water in front of you. And then the sunsets would be at the back, so you have infinity pools on top where you can watch the sunset, or you can watch the sunsets from your balcony as well. So as I was showing you the prices for Azizi Venice, it has a 655, starting price for their studios. So you can easily sell these. Like I said, the price here is 627 because these buildings don't have a DLD waiver. They don't have a 4%, land department fee waiver. But then the other buildings that have a price of 655 have a DLD waiver. That means that you don't have to pay that 10 lakhs extra to the land department, and you're paying 1.5 CR only. Now with 1.5 CR also, let me just open a payment plan and show you how it's going to be. We have a 40/60 payment plan, as you can see. So the payment plan is spread out like this. You can see the handover is in 2026 December. So you would be paying in four installments during construction. Okay, so 62,000, since this is like 60, the price of the apartment is 627,000. So you're paying 10% every couple of months. So you don't even have to pay everything upfront, which would be 15 lakhs. So this is 15 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 15 lakhs, and then the remaining amount, the remaining 60% of the amount, this is the amount that you would have to pay on handover. This is what you can mortgage, and whoever the tenant is for your apartment will pay for this. So, also in Dubai, there is no concept of monthly rental. You get the check for your apartment, for your rental, either in one go or you can get it in 2 or 3 parts. So, there is no monthly rental system. Anyone that's renting your house has to rent it for the whole year. So that gives even bigger security to your clients, and then they get their amount upfront for their rental. They don't have to wait until the end of the year or keep asking the tenant for rent, something that you have to do quite a lot in India, I know. So this is quite a good thing. As you can see, if I show you just the layout of a studio, I know these look very compact, but believe me, everyone in Dubai gets a studio when they first come to, Dubai. It could be any professional, anyone that, has a higher budget, like I said, again, with an apartment or like a big house, can of course go for a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, will be able to afford these things. But someone that can only afford a studio can only afford a studio. That's what makes it one of the best investments in Dubai, because your studio will always be rented out by someone or the other, because it's so easy to rent, and it is the cheapest rent that is the minimum rent that you get in Dubai. So here is the entrance. Of course, here on the right you would have your bathroom. You enter here. This is your kitchen area. So this is like a mini L-shaped kitchen. You can put your dining table, like a small dining table here. This is where your washing machine is going to be. This is where you put your bed and you put your TV. These are all glass sliding doors, so there'll be a lot of natural light coming in here. And this is going to be your balcony. This is more than enough for anyone alone that comes to live in Dubai and that thinks that rental is really expensive, because one of the most expensive things in Dubai is rental. That's why a lot of these homes are compact, but this does not affect your rental at all, because I myself stay in a similar studio like this. I in fact live in a Azizi community myself. I live in Rivera, and you get everything in Azizi. You get everything in the kitchen. So you get a washing machine, you get a fridge, freezer, you get a stove, you get an oven, and everything in the kitchen is included. The only thing your investor would have to do is just put some furniture, which is not going to cost them even 10,000 dirhams to furnish the apartment. That's what is going to increase your sort of returns quite a lot more. So this is just an example of the studios. There are 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and of course I've told you there are mansions as well. So if I show you 1 bedroom prices minimum would be 1.1 million, which if you do the translation on how, I mean the conversion on how much it's going to be, is around 2.6 CR for a 1 bedroom. If I show you the layout of how a 1 bedroom looks like, again, the payment plans are easy to calculate. What I do sometimes, just as a tip to you guys, when I send you the sales offer, and if you want it to be, converted, you can do your own conversion, or you can put it in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can give you the conversion in rupee as well for your clients to understand better. So this is a 1 bedroom. As you can see, it has a L-shaped kitchen. So this is an island kitchen, which makes it a very nice. I will share some videos on the group on how once this 1 bedroom or a studio is completed, how it's going to look like. So it is a very nice visual for you to see. As you can see, you have a common washroom here at the entrance. Then this is your living room. You can put your dining table here. This is your sofa. This is your balcony and your bedroom. The balcony is connected to the bedroom and the living room. These are glass panels, so of course, it gives a lot of good sunlight. You have an ensuite bathroom here, which is more than enough again for like either a small family or like a bachelor. So these are very good. Why I've only showed you examples of studios and one beds is this is the most that your investors will go for. They will either ask for a studio or they will either ask for a one bedroom. Now, one bedroom, if you want an average rent, you would get is 75,000 dirhams a year, which is 18 lakhs a year for your investment of 2.6 CR. So, which makes again your return on investments really, really good. Plus, your apartment will appreciate in price. So, if it's 2.6 CR, by the time it hands over, it will be 3 CR. You will start getting rental. The rental also that I'm telling you, 12 lakhs and 18 lakhs is your current market rate. Of course, in the future, once more things come around this project, once the project sells out completely, of course, anything that sells out completely then becomes more rare, will of course contribute in increasing the increasing your investments and getting you very, very good rental. So guys, all in all, if you want to make a lot of money, I mean, Azizi is one of agent favorites in the market because of the fantastic commission. Even if you sell one of these apartments, you're making 7% in commission, which is going to be anywhere from 10 lakh to 15 lakh or 30 lakh, 50 lakh even. One of my agencies that sold in bulk made almost 1.1 million dirhams in commission. Now you can do the translation. I mean, you can do the calculation of how much it's going to be in rupee. So if you get 50% of that, you can really see, how much money you can make just by selling this. And you're giving your clients such good investment and such great advice. For the future as well. So they will be, you're doing a really good job by giving them a really good apartment and really good market knowledge. They will rely on you. In the future, when they want to rent this house, also they will come to you and you will make commission on renting these apartments as well. So all in all, it's very important to educate your clients about what Dubai is. It's your job to tell them that to give the comparison of them investing their money in India or versus them investing their money in Dubai. So this is of course one project that I've talked about. The other project which has 1.3 CR now again in Jebel Ali, as you can see, we have multiple projects here. Again, these are not your master communities. These are multiple standalone buildings which are 7 to 8 floors only, 8 to 9 floors. The maximum a building has here is 15 floors, and these start from a price of 1.3 crore. This already has a metro station, Life Pharmacy metro station. It is again between the two palms, Palm Jebel Ali and Palm Jumeirah on Sheikh Zayed Road. So again, you have the main road, you have metro station, you have water nearby, and this is going to be the new marina. If anyone has been in Dubai, they know that marina is really popular with tourists. Um, so you have Palm Jumeirah and you have marina right under. So similarly, Palm Jebel Ali will have the canal district right under, and with metros it will be connected really well. So you will have an apartment with an already existing metro station and you're close to the new palm, so you can imagine the sort of appreciation you're gonna get. And on top of that, again, emphasizing on the fact that this whole entire piece of land is just warehouses and office spaces and companies. So getting anything residential here, anyone that works here, the nearest community for them to go is this Al Furjan. Again, Azizi Amir, there's a project that I want to tell you about because that's the only project that has inventory left here. This whole entire patch of land, we have 25 buildings in the corners, all completely completed, sold out, and rented. So, again, this area is also very important because for them, anyone working there, of course, convenience is the best. If I I'm also working at a job or an office, I would want something that is close proximity to my house. So that makes this again place a very sought after place. And to get a price of 1.3 CR at this point is very amazing because you're on bang on Sheikh Zayed Road. You have a metro station already, and you're between these two powerhouses of Palm Jumeirah and Palm Jebel Ali. And on top of that, you're connected to Al Maktoum Airport right below you, and you're in Dubai South. So you can imagine the sort of appreciation that this is going to give you. This is, your any with any investment in Dubai, your client has to be patient. And the best part is he doesn't have to give all his money and then wait for his returns to come. He can, get on a payment plan. Also, another great thing, as I was showing you guys the payment plan, once the client completes 30% payment here, they can resell it. So most developers in Dubai, as you would get to know other developers as well, they would tell you that you would either have to pay 40% or 50% of the amount of the apartment. Once you complete 50% installment is when you can resell it. But at Azizi, you can resell it at 30%. So from the moment your investor buys, he'll be able to see, month by month as the project gets sold out. Of course, like for example, the standalone buildings that we have here, they once we launched them, they got sold out. So as they sell out, of course the price from when we launch will increase as well. So your investor will see month by month, how much the price will increase. And of course, you never know, sometimes cash flows issues can happen. I've seen this with a lot of investors, or they want to resell it, they can very easily resell it. And the client that did not buy from you here will be the client that will buy the apartment from your other investor. So you need to like sort of put this in their heads that, if they miss out, they will have to be the one, paying the premium price for someone who has already bought in a sold out project. And each of our projects, because of the price point, are completely selling out. So, of course, if you're giving your investors a very want to give your investors a very strong project with amazing rental returns as well, and amazing future, you can give them in Jebel Ali and most definitely in Dubai South, Venice. Venice should be your main focus because Venice is sort of the bread and butter for my other agents as well. They sell Venice a lot. It's very easy to sell, it's very easy to convince. And like Sir said, we are here to make money. So this would be one of the best and easiest projects to sell to. Now, the other project that I want to tell you, I have covered, this whole area, which is going to be the future of Dubai. We are coming to Azizi Amir. This is a standalone building. It is in front of already existing Discovery Gardens metro station. Now, for Azizi Venice, like I said, the metro station will come. So one of your clients will be like, no, I want something that has a metro station already. Now, this again coming between Palm Jumeirah and Palm Jebel Ali on Sheikh Zayed Road, minutes away from Dubai Marina, minutes away from Sheikh Zayed Road, that takes you to the center until Burj Khalifa right here, is Azizi Amir. This is why I'm emphasizing on this project is there are 25 buildings, like I said, they're all completely sold out. And this year we launched another project. After many, many years, we launched another project, and this project is very, very hot right now because it is right in front of, again, Discovery Gardens metro station. And again, if I zoom into this community, you'll be able to see it's mostly villas and townhouses in the middle. That makes standalone buildings with the, apartments very rare, because only on the edges you have apartments, and most of them are already rented out because again, Jebel Ali is here. Then you have all these other areas as well. The most affordable and the best sort of rental is your Al Forjan area. With a location like this, your rental returns are going to be quite fantastic. So again, this is not 2 minutes away or 3 minutes away. It's like not even 30 seconds. You have the metro station right in front. We don't have any studios in this project. We have one, two, and three bedrooms. And already, as you can see, construction has started. This project will finish by 2027. So if I just show you one sales offer for this as well in for Jan. Um, Azizi Amir has already sold out one bedrooms, but we did just yesterday have an offer on our two and three bedrooms. We gave 10% discount. So as you can see, oh, there are some one bedrooms that came in cancellation. Lucky you guys. So price for only two and three bedroom had a 10% discount. So why I'm telling you this is maybe the next event that's gonna happen on 18th will have maybe again another 10% discount. So this is a good time to give your clients really good end of the year discounts as well. And again, the location is quite fantastic, which is right in front of Discovery Gardens metro station. So once I send you like a bit more information on this, when your clients come, they will most probably not ask much more because the location is again very good, and the rest of the questioning and everything else I will take care of, guys. But most, initially when you have to get the client to a meeting, you will have to emphasize on locations. Is why I focus more on locations today. So these two projects are the ones that you should focus on. Azizi Venice, you have Jebel Ali, all the projects that are coming. This is the cheapest investment you can give your client. This is the second cheapest, and this is the most the project in the center with a really good return on investment, because again it's in front of a already existing metro station. I will send you details for all three of these projects. If you guys have any questions at this point, I would want to ask, for you guys to ask me, if you have any doubts, if you want to ask me about how, to pitch Azizi again, or how to pitch Dubai in general, please, I would appreciate some questions while I get some water.
No, Sugandhi, it was a wonderful session. It's been almost 1.5 hours, and
Oh, okay.
you have covered up everything. What I was thinking, initially, you were talking about capital appreciation, about Azizi, about the connectivity, about everything, and in the end,
Yeah.
you told one more thing, which is the rental, which is the second most important thing when it comes to
Mhm.
investment. Because what
Yeah.
every investor want after investing in real estate, they want two things. First one is your capital appreciation, and second one is your rental. And what Aziz
Yes.
is offering, they are matlab, if it goes to Dubai, so whenever you're going to rent out any apartment, so you have to pay checks for quarter for a year. So if any investor
Yeah.
want rental in advance, so they can easily get rentals. So that is
Yeah.
something which makes Dubai one of the amazing investment opportunity for all the investors. And
Yes.
second thing, Sugandhi was talking about that location, which is Al Furjan. And guys, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I've sold lots of units over there in Azizi Naila, in Azizi, in Aziz Zen, there is multiple projects. It's ground plus 8, ground plus 9 stories building, and that all area is developed by Nakhil, who is the master developer of Palm Jumeirah and Palm Jebel Ali, and they are the one who developed this, Al Furjan area. That is one of the prime location, very accessible for all the all the people who is working in Dubai. Studio apartment rental goes to 9 to 10% of rental, which is still going on, just because they are getting direct metro connectivity. And whenever you're selling Dubai, just you have, in Azizi, the best opportunity for you guys is you're getting everything just next to the metro station. Whether it's if you're talking about Azizi Venice, if you're talking about Al Furjan area. So all the projects which they have, they are getting the direct connectivity from the metro station. And properties which is just next to the metro station, their rental values is always high. Because in Dubai, taxis are really very expensive. Everybody cannot afford to travel in a taxi. So if you have a studio apartment over there, if you have any one bedroom apartment, or if you have any property just next to the metro station, so your rental value is always going to be 2 to 3% always high. So that is something that everyone should know. Okay, and Sugandhi, I
Yeah.
think everything's been done, and just share all the information. And guys, if you guys have any doubts, so you can feel free to ask. किसी के mind में अगर कुछ भी doubts है, just feel.
Yes,
Yeah,
please, guys. I always want my sessions to be a bit interactive. So you guys ask more questions, ask the tough questions, how should we do this? And like, don't feel like, okay, if I ask this question, it would sound too stupid or this and that. We all, learn every day. Even I learn a lot of things every single day. So it's always important for you to have all the information so your investor will have confidence in you. Believe me, this is how you will make a lot of money selling Azizi or selling Dubai in general.
exactly. So, guys, if you guys have any doubts, feel free to ask. Otherwise, yeah, Mr. Jitendra, I think you are going to ask something. Yeah, please.
आशुतोष जी,
Yeah,
अ, मुझे ना मतलब आप ये पूरा ग्रुप एक क्रिएट कर दो पूरा इसका,
already created, sir. Already created. Links is
मतलब उसमें
already.
हर एक मतलब एक पॉइंट के बाद अपडेट्स मिलती रहे हमें, और फिर हम
हाँ,
जैसे अगर जो भी हम एडवर्टाइजिंग करेंगे फिर उसके हिसाब से करेंगे। फिर
exactly.
जैसे हमारे पास लीड्स आती हैं फिर हम किसको हैंडल करना आगे, फिर ये भी मेरा एक डाउट था।
ओके, सो आई टेल यू अबाउट इट। आज का जो सेशन हम लोगों ने किया है जस्ट टू, मतलब आप लोगों को समझाने के लिए कि दुबई क्या था, उसमें अजीजी के जो अपॉर्चुनिटी है हमारे पास वो क्या थी। इसके बाद जो नेक्स्ट सेशन रहेगा कि लीड जनरेशन के बाद आपका कम्युनिकेशन उस अपने बायर से कैसा रहेगा, वो किस तरीके से आपको स्टार्ट करना है, हाउ यू गोइंग टू कम्युनिकेट विद योर क्लाइंट, उसके ऊपर भी हम लोग डिस्कशन करेंगे और आपको बताएंगे कि किस तरीके से लीड जनरेट करने के
तो
बाद।
अभी इसमें मतलब टाइम लग जाएगा, मतलब थोड़ा जैसे भी न्यू ईयर से स्टार्ट होगा या कैसे फिर?
नहीं, विद इन 2-3 डेज हम लोग करेंगे इसे, 2-3 दिन के अंदर प्लान करेंगे, बिकॉज राइट नाउ व्हाट अजीज इज ऑफरिंग इट, दे आर गिविंग टिल न्यू ईयर, राइट, 4% ऑफ डीएलडी।
Yeah, till New Year's. Hopefully it continues, but I can't really say. So it would be good कि आपका client ना, they give us a token amount. Usually we get a token amount, that we go against. Like if there's a client that really likes the unit, but they want like some time to arrange the payments and everything. मतलब उनको एक हफ्ते का ऐसे कुछ टाइम चाहिए. That's when you get a token amount and you lock in the apartment. So that is like a process that I will get into. आपका बस ये काम है in simple terms, guys. Just get the client to the meeting. Everything else will be handled by us. I will explain the project. I will explain the payment plan. I will explain the ROI and everything else. आपको बस client को लाना है meeting के लिए. We know because we do these meetings every single day. You just have to generate that interest and put that idea in their head. And don't feel pressured कि अरे ये 4% DLD का हम कर पाए या नहीं कर पाए. First, get the client interested, then tell them later as a perk that DLD we are waiving off for you or something like that. How you want to play this, the way that your sales style would be, आप उस हिसाब से ले लो. The main point is to get the sale in the end. हमें business करना है. Just get the client. बाकी सारी चीजें हम समझा देते हैं. We take care of it from the start to finish. आपको बस client को लाना है सर. आप बस एक बार मीटिंग में आइए. Once they see ये एटलीस्ट भले ही अभी ना खरीदे ना, उनके दिमाग में बैठ जाएगा. तो बाय न्यू ईयर्स, बाय नेक्स्ट ईयर, सिंस इट वुड बी अ न्यू ईयर, जनवरी, यू गाइज विल स्टार्ट योर स्टेप्स राइट. तो अभी अगर आप प्लानिंग
तो
कर
मैम
दोगे
ये
जनवरी
मिनिमम
से.
मिनिमम इन्वेस्टमेंट से लेके और मैक्सिमम कितने तक हो सकती है, अगर अगर हम दुबई भी पिच कर रहे हैं, इस
हाँ,
प्रोजेक्ट को लेके नहीं भी कर रहे पर दुबई पिच कर रहे हैं तब भी?
मिनिमम इन्वेस्टमेंट आपकी 1.3 सीआर जाएगी. 1.3 सीआर जैसे मैंने बताया इन एरियाज में. 1.3 सीआर में, लाइक आई सेड, 1.3 सीआर भी आपको राइट अवे नहीं पे करना है. 13 lakhs आप पे करोगे अभी. 13 lakhs आप पे करोगे 4 महीने बाद, देन उसके 4 महीने बाद 30 lakhs. इट विल बी लाइक दैट. तो आपको टाइम भी काफी मिलता है आपके क्लाइंट्स को टू डू दैट पेमेंट. ऑल्सो कभी कभी हमारा 1% पेमेंट प्लान भी आता है. वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ ऑफर्स कमिंग, तो उन चीजों का भी यू कैन टेक एज एन एडवांटेज.
एंड मैक्सिमम पेमेंट, मैक्सिमम इन्वेस्टमेंट?
मैक्सिमम ऑफ कोर्स जैसे मैंने बोला 40, ऑब्वियसली 45 million, 150 million तक हमारे मैंशंस हैं. बट अगर आप अपार्टमेंट्स में पूछ रहे हो तो हमारे 3 बेड्स जाते हैं क्लोज टू 2.7 million, 3 million तक. तो 3 million दिरहम्स का अगर आप उसमें करोगे, कैलकुलेट करोगे, यू वुड बी एबल टू सी. अगर मैं आपको बताऊं 3 million आपका रफली हो जाएगा 7 करोड़. तो 7 करोड़ मतलब मैक्सिमम आपका जाता है फॉर अ 3 बेड, विच इज अ वेरी वेरी सॉर्ट ऑफ गुड प्राइस. हम यूजुअली मोस्टली फोकस करते हैं स्टूडियोज 1 बेड्स पे, 2 बेड्स, 3 बेड्स ऑफ कोर्स. बट इन द फ्यूचर वी विल बी कमिंग अप विद टाउन हाउसेज एंड ऑल दैट. जैसे जैसे मैं ग्रुप पे डालती रहूंगी आप लोगों को और इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलता रहेगा. एंड आई थिंक इफ वी डू अ सेशन लाइक दिस मंथली or every 2 months, every time that it's needed, आपको information मिलती रहेगी and you guys will be very easily able to sell this. Trust me guys, बहुत easy है इसे बेचना. आपको बस client लाना है, बाकी सारी चीजें हम कर देते हैं. And the deal, goes under you. We have questions here. Okay. A lot of people want their homes sea facing. Yes, they want sea facing. अगर उनको sea facing करना है, they have to give the sea facing price. So there are very few lagoon communities with water in front of them. Water तो और भी rare है. अगर आप sea facing जाओगे तो sea facing तो आपको you have to minimum take out like 10, 7 CR for a 1 bedroom would be the starting price. We have a question. Which project is at initial stage and possession in 2028 or 2029? Possession to pitch the project one to client, or any project is near to launch or at an EOI phase, at Venice Building 20A is the best option to pitch. Yes, for sure. 20A is the best option to pitch. Um, there is also 6H that we launched last time. So 6H is, you can see there are no buildings here. You get direct views of the opera house like this. But 20 is quite fantastic. I'm not going to lie. You have you have the opera house from your balcony. It's going to make for a really good view. You have the cultural district right under you. So anyone that's renting can just go down walking, and you have the cultural district. Take the cable car, go to the metro station, or just simply go to the mall here. Also, Venice is very good because, like, let's say we have two five-star hotels on each corners, these pink ones. Now, anyone that wants to come and stay in this hotel would rather get an Airbnb from your client, and he would also get to enjoy the amenities of the hotel. And he's also walking distance to the mall, and you also have the metro station. So everything that you want to do, you can do in this project, which is what makes it like really good. Um, Now for the question, which project has a 2028 or 2029 handover? We have a project which is our third master community. If anyone has ever been to Dubai, you would know what Global Village is. It is right, like let's say right under the center. This whole area is called DLRC. So you can see Arabian ranches, all these in patterns. All these are your villas and townhouses. Most of these are villas and townhouses. This is where most amount of this is Dubai Silicon Oasis. This is where the most amount of companies are registered, and the most amount of universities are. So your big universities like Zayed University, Academic City, like this whole entire place is universities. And this semicircle is our project called Azizi Milan. Now, Azizi Milan is like even bigger. This is our third master community. It's quite a huge project. I will get into it, but this has a handover of 2028. And most of the times, some of our sales events, we get 1% payment plan. This had a 1% payment plan 2 months back, but now once in a while there will be a 1% payment plan that comes during the sales events. So here also, when we started 6 months back, guys, we started with a studio price of 550,000 dirhams. Do you want to guess how much the price is right now, minimum in 6 months? So it was 1.3 CR. In 6 months, can you take a guess how much it has appreciated? Any guesses till now?
At which what price point you're saying you have launched?
So we started 6 months back. We launched this project. For a studio is 1.3 CR. Now 6 months later, do you want to know the minimum price here for a studio?
It will be around 1.6 CR, right?
It's around 1.4 CR.
1.4. Okay.
So it has increased from 1.3 to 1.4 CR just in 6 months. And this will be completed in 2028.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine the sort of appreciation that this place will have as well. It's if I just show you quickly a little bit about Milan as well, because this also is a very good project. It's a master community, so you can sell this for
See,
a long time.
I think we should not discuss Milan today because we have already discussed two things and people are new here
Yeah, no, that
in
is true.
Dubai.
I
It's
was
going to
debating
be,
that.
yeah, yeah. The guys are going to be a little bit confused about it because you
True,
know,
true.
uh,
Today has been a very, very long session. I know, guys, it's
it's
been
a
a long
wonderful
session,
session, Sana.
but believe me, this is
It's a
what will
wonderful
help
session.
you
It was a wonderful
um,
session. Yeah. It
make
was
you a lot of money. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. So one day we'll plan for specifically for Milan and for this Rivera. I think we have inventories over there also in Rivera because most of the people they want properties nearby Business Bay downtown area. So I think MBR City is
Yes,
something
Rivera is really good for ready properties, but the
exactly.
price is much higher, of course. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like off-plan prices, but
Yes.
very good. I live in the community myself,
Mm.
so I can vouch for it to your clients as well if you want videos. And also the lagoon is coming now, so quite a good place.
Exactly. So one day we'll plan, I think next week or in within 10 days, we'll plan one more Zoom call like this. And guys,
Sure.
अब आज के बाद से हम लोग को क्या करना है, I'll give you proper training for lead generation, जिनको भी अपने campaigns रन करने स्टार्ट करने हैं. Start generating leads for Dubai South and we'll start doing one-on-one Zoom session with clients. सुगंधी, मैं जो भी अवेलेबल रहेगा, हम लोग Zoom calls लेनी स्टार्ट करते हैं फॉर इन्वेस्टर्स. एंड आई एम टेलिंग यू, सुगंधी ने बोला दुबई साउथ इस समय सेल करना बहुत ईजी है, बिकॉज एवरीबडी नोज व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन यू इन्वेस्ट नियर बाय एयरपोर्ट. इफ इट कम्स टू इंडिया, इफ इट कम्स टू दुबई, दुबई के अपने वर्क्स हैं. दे आर गेटिंग डायरेक्ट कनेक्टिविटी फ्रॉम मेट्रो, वाटर फ्रंट कम्युनिटीज, एवरीथिंग इन साइड द कम्युनिटी, सब कुछ आपको उसी के अंदर मिलता है. रेंटल्स, कैपिटल एप्रिसिएशन, सब कुछ स्टैटिस्टिकल फिगर्स दिखा के इट्स वेरी इजी टू क्लोज डील. बट वॉट वी नीड, हमको कंसिस्टेंट, हमको इन्वेस्टर्स चाहिए जिनसे हमारी जूम कॉल होते रहे. सो अब आज के बाद हम लोग, कल से हम लोग प्रमोशन करना स्टार्ट करते हैं सुगंधीज का. एंड देन हम लोग बहुत जल्दी आपके साथ जूम कॉल्स वगैरह करने भी स्टार्ट करते हैं. एंड वी हैव फिगर आउट एवरीथिंग. ओके.
Most definitely. तो आई विल बी सेंडिंग इन्वेंट्रीज एवरी सिंगल डे. हर दिन मैं अपडेटेड इन्वेंट्री आपको भेजती रहूंगी एक एक प्रोजेक्ट की. आप
हम्म.
उसमें से देख सकते हो, आप उसमें से मुझे बता सकते हो. प्लीज फील फ्री टू रीच आउट टू मी एनी टाइम, रियली एनी टाइम.
हम्म.
इवन इफ इट्स लेट नाइट, अगर क्लाइंट से रिलेटेड है तो आई विल सेंड इट. सो प्लीज डोंट वरी, आई एम हियर टू सपोर्ट यू 100%. एंड यस, लेट्स मेक सम मनी.
श्योर श्योर. थैंक यू सो मच सुगंधी, थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. And yes, I will send you all the materials that we discussed today. Thank you. It was very lovely talking to all of you.
थैंक यू सो मच. इट वॉज अ वंडरफul सेशन, वेरी knowledgeable, एवरीथिंग. All
Yeah.
right, guys.
Thank
So please, thank you, Sugandhi. Type in the comment box. How was your session? Wonderful. Whatever you guys have, because from last almost one and a half hour, she's telling everything in detail. कैसा था दुबई, क्या क्या नहीं. So I think ऐसे सेशन अगर हम लोग अटेंड करते रहेंगे, so कभी ना कभी हम लोगों को बायर्स मिलेंगे, अगर हम मार्केट में काम करेंगे, लोगों से बात करेंगे. एंड दुबई साउथ इज समथिंग कि हर शहर से अभी दुबई के अंदर बिजनेस हो रहा है. हर हफ्ते कहीं ना कहीं आप देखेंगे टियर 1 टियर 2 सिटी के अंदर भी दुबई प्रॉपर्टी एक्सपोज हो रहे हैं. तो उसका एडवांटेज हम लोगों को कहाँ से मिल सकता है? तो जस्ट स्टार्ट इंटरेक्टिंग विद पीपल. आपको नहीं पता, कभी जज नहीं करना कि कोई खरीदेगा कोई नहीं खरीदेगा, बट जस्ट स्टार्ट कम्युनिकेटिंग विद द बायर्स. आप लोगों से एक बार कम्युनिकेशन स्टार्ट करिए, अपना दुबई साउथ में इन्वेस्ट करिए. रेंटल्स अच्छे मिलते हैं, कैपिटल एप्रिसिएशन अच्छा है, वाटर फ्रंट कम्युनिटी है नेक्स्ट टू द मेट्रो स्टेशन. बेसिक कम्युनिकेशन स्टार्ट करिए. आगे की जो जर्नी रहेगी, जब वो जूम कॉल पे आएंगे, उनको बेसिक इन्फॉर्मेशन देके आगे की जर्नी हम पे छोड़ दीजिए आप. जस्ट स्टार्ट वर्किंग. जितना सिंपल हो सकता है आप लोगों से उतना सिंपल रखिए. कोई गलत सलत इन्फॉर्मेशन मत दीजिए उनको. बस लेके आइए ओवर द जूम कॉल, ओवर द फोन कॉल. आगे का काम हम लोग के ऊपर छोड़ दीजिए. वी विल डू ऑल द क्लोजिंग्स. विल आप लोगों को कमीशन आपके मिलेंगे, हम लोग पूरा क्लोजिंग आप लोग को करके देंगे. ठीक है. सो सेशन को अभी वाइंड अप करते हैं. थैंक यू सो मच सुगंधी. सब लोगों को बहुत अच्छा सेशन लगा आपका. एंड एवरीबडी इज टाइपिंग इन द कमेंट बॉक्स. ओके. ठीक
you.
है.
I will see. Thank you so much, guys. And yes, reach out anytime. And yeah, slowly आप सब बाकी सारे projects के बारे में भी जान जाओगे. So we'll do these sessions in, in
हम्म.
bite size. Okay.
थैंक यू. बाय बाय बाय.
All right. Thank you. Yes, I will send all the videos, ads, everything. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
थैंक यू.